Hello and welcome to the Audio Dad Chronicles. I'm Shale, and today we're going to take a little bit of a journey into reacting to reactors. This will be Glen Joseph Robinson calling out Sleep Token. So this video crossed my feed this morning and I just had to check it out, so I thought I would share that experience with you all. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks like it is YouTube reactor, potentially, Glen Joseph Robinson, and I have liked and subscribed to his page, and I hope you do the same, and I hope you do the same for me. He is a vocal coach. He is a reactor, I do believe, to some degree. He's a music industry insider who's worked for Sony, Universal, and many other record labels and been involved in a lot of various productions. So he is on the inside, so to speak. Not unlike I would have been back in the day and during my roadie careers, but that was pre-YouTube and all that. And he's got something to say about the recent changes or ongoing changes due to copyright and blocking and things of that nature. I can't speak too much of it, so why don't we just let Glen do the talking for now, and we're going to see what he's got to say and go from there.
Hello, chaps. Now, ordinarily, I would spend a lot of time editing a Sleep Token video, but today is not going to be the case, because when I woke up this morning, as a great many other creators on YouTube did, we found that dozens of our EIA, even in Arcadia, Sleep Token era videos were blocked under claims from SME, Sony Music Entertainment, obviously who are the umbrella company that control RCA, to which Sleep Token are signed to. Now, it's only...
Okay, that is something that I have already personally dealt with. There are definitely some bands that are on the no-go lists. Eagles are certainly one that come to mind. I know most of them Eagles music, but I will never cover it on this channel. I have just learned that there are certain artists you just don't want to touch. They're just going to be a bigger headache than you need. And unfortunately, Sleep Token has been a little bit of one of them. I have covered them a little bit on this channel. I haven't got into them too much, and mostly because the copyright issues, the worldwide blocks, and the things like that have made it less appealing to do so. You know, we spend a lot of time researching and then filming, editing, making the artwork, doing our write-ups and all that to make a video, only to have it not be seen by anybody or demonetized. And it is frustrating, you know, not to make it all about the monies, certainly, because I dare say half or three-quarters or potentially even more of the videos I've done on YouTube to date have been demonetized. It's just a fact of the matter. It is what it is. It is why a lot of YouTubers have started doing things like, you know, memberships and Patreon pages to encourage people to support us over there, where we have a little bit more freedom to do things, and we can monetize our videos or monetize our content to get a little bit back, because it is a lot of work. There is a lot of money that goes into it. You are looking at, well, I mean, never mind the music equipment, but the equipment behind the camera, even hundreds and thousands of dollars and lots of time spent. And, you know, you go to a job and you would like to get paid at least a little bit for it. So a little bit of money here and there is always nice when we can make it. And YouTube is making it harder and harder to do that. So anyways, let's let him talk more.
Even in Arcadia era videos that are missing, and even then, not all of them, which is curious in itself. But there's a bunch of us, myself, True Fortune, I'm sure even to like do much bigger creators like you know, the charismatic voice Chris Lipier, obviously Steve OG, I spoke to him earlier on today. We've all been hit with blocks on
Facts.
our videos. Now, obviously, that is, you know, it's a bit demoralizing. That's upsetting, with the hundreds of hours that each of us, maybe individually, certainly in my case, have spent research.
I mean, I do see a Sleep Token sign right over his shoulder, so clearly he's invested some time and energy into this. It sounds like he might even be over on the Britain side of the pond. For all I know, he's even worked for them directly.
Analyzing, recording, editing, and then to have them blocked 11 months later.
Whoa.
In fact, only, what, a couple of weeks short of the anniversary of Even in Arcadia being released. And so many of these claims seem to be about the instrumentals. I would like you to keep that word maybe in the back of your mind. Instrumentals, a curious thing that is mentioned in not just mine, but so many of the other claims on these blocks.
I can speak to that. I have done and have a series of videos. Well, there's your link up there for the playlist, which I call Deconstructions. That's where I take a song that I'm going to react to. Usually I react to it first if it's a first listen, and then I go back and I split it all into separate stems, and then I listen to the song again where we can analyze and critique and listen to and learn from the various performances of the individualized instruments and the vocals. And I did that for Linkin Park because there was a famous song where Chester sang and held a note for a very, very long time. I forget off the top, I think it was around 19 seconds I established in that video. And in doing so, I, of course, made the whole video. I'd heard it before, so I went straight into the deconstruction. And I did the deconstruction. I made the whole video. And then with the editing and all that whole process, it's over an hour or so worth of time and energy from me. And at the end of it all, it was blocked worldwide. I couldn't show it anywhere. And it was very frustrating. And so I decided to try to combat that through editing techniques. I muted the video out, i.e. I just took it down. I just wanted to figure out it was a learning process. What is it going to take to get this video online? So I took the video out entirely. That didn't do it. I took out the vocals, the drums, the guitar. I wound up always having it blocked. So I kept experimenting and shortening my window. And I eventually had a 6 or 7 second snippet of bass guitar only. Just bass guitar by itself. And that was blocked worldwide. Isolated bass, 7-second snippet in a 30-minute long video-ish. And that was enough to have my video blocked worldwide. It was rather frustrating. I eventually did manage to massage it, and I uploaded it, and I left it there in limbo offline for a long period of time, and eventually it went away, and I was able to upload it. So that video is on my site now. You can go look for it, but definitely have felt that pain for the instrumentals even.
We'll get to that in a moment. I, of course, am a little bit upset, but don't get me wrong, I completely understand. We fly very close to the sun when we make these reaction or analysis videos. All of us who want to promote Sleep Token, and we would love our slice of the pie, and we don't get any from YouTube because obviously there are immediately once we put up a video, it's copyright claimed, and everything that we make goes then to the label. So then, see if you can answer me this. Why, if all of the money that all of us are making on all of these videos is going to the label, unless
100%
individually,
no split.
Sleep, bless you, if you do have a deal with SME. I don't. I've worked for Sony for years, but I've not in those departments. I don't have that relationship with RCA, formerly RCA Victor. I just not many of us do. We put a video out, and it is copyright claimed, and all of the advertising revenue that YouTube make then goes to the label. Why? Why now, 11 months later, are our videos being blocked? Does that not strike you as somewhat curious?
That's weird.
I would also like to take this moment to reply to some of the comments on TikTok about the whys and wherefores. One must remember that it's likely to be one of two things. The first is that it's a new AI system that Sony have just implemented. SME and obviously the umbrella company that owns RCA, RCA who Sleep Token is signed to, they start rolling out this AI system, and maybe it just hits all of us, and maybe it misses some, like it's missed some of my videos on the way. Or maybe it's the fact that actually the executives in a lot of these companies are truly artistically inept and just vacuous. I can't say the word. I'm not going to. I have to remember this is YouTube.
Hmm. Yeah.
When I say this with the utmost disrespect, because I've worked for so many of these companies for a number of years, I they they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
would
know what they're
echo
doing.
that.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Fuck you.
Good
You
for you.
don't know what you're doing. The nepotism, the fucking
Mm-hmm.
ignorance, the absolute lack of care that goes into the amount of fires that you have caused, that I have had to put out. And that's why you'll always employ me, because I'm fucking tremendous at my job and I put out the fires that you create. And that
They employ him. He works for them off and on. He's paid in his quote unquote day job to deal with whatever specific facet of music industry related businesses that he is an expert in beyond vocal coach and things of that nature. And he's making videos and they're not being monetized, and that's okay. He's not minding. He wants to promote Sleep Token. Clearly he is a fan, hence the sign over his right shoulder there. And they take 100% of the revenue and then they go and block his videos. And it always been astounding to me. And my correlation has always been thinking of the music journalists back in the day, me being a little bit older. I would read going to concerts and deciding what CDs I wanted to buy, what concerts I wanted to go to. You'd always go to, in our case, the back pages where the music section would be, and you would read the music journalists and they would be reviewing albums. They'd be talking about upcoming live shows and the live shows they saw last week. Music journalism was a thing. What's a newspaper these days, really? A lot of the music journalism is shouldered by people not unlike myself or Glen here. We are reacting to music. We are here for the love of the music. We want to support the bands, encourage people to discover them. I am discovering new music because of this. I am falling in love with many bands. I am supporting them. I am buying concert tickets. I am watching their YouTube videos. I am buying merch. I am reacting to and supporting and encouraging others to go to those channels, support those artists by making a YouTube video about an artist, Sleep Token. We'll use this as the example. I'm not taking money away from them, not a penny, but they are taking money away from me. I am spending my time, my energy. I am promoting them. I am working for them for free with no expectation. But if I can make a couple of dollars here and there, great. And they are saying, no, we want you to pay us. If you want to make a video about our music, you need to pay us. You need to give us 100% of your revenue. And even as I learned with my experiment with that Linkin Park that I mentioned, no, the final version the final version does include the whole song, although with heavy editing on the video portion before I was able to get it online at all. But during my experiment, I learned that a 6-second clip of bass guitar only was enough. So if I had made and released that entire half-hour long video, and in the middle of it all, I had a 6-second clip of bass guitar only, Linkin Park would have claimed 100% of the money for that video. In such, I used the entirety of their song, and Linkin Park claimed 100% of the video. I get zero for that. That's okay. It's still online. You can go watch it. It's there. It is what it is. But I have earned $0 for all my efforts in supporting and encouraging that. I've seen Linkin Park live many, many times. I have merch and everything. And whether it was a 6-second clip, whether it was the 3-minute song, whether I went, wow, cool at the end, and then hit stop and upload it and record it, which some reactors do, whether I take half an hour or more and I break it down into a songwriting deconstruction, they take 100% of it. There definitely needs to be a better system in place that divides it up or shares or whatever, and maybe he's going to get into more, so let's let him.
Why I'm not really scared about this, and it may just be it might just be an AI thing, might just be a new intern. The breadth of it rather makes me believe that it isn't. But I'm not scared. But I'm not scared because I know your secrets. But I am really disappointed. I'm disappointed for the band. I'm disappointed for the creators, because the reason why I'm disappointed for the band is it reflects really badly on them.
It does.
They don't need this. It is.
I definitely agree with that. It can reflect badly on the band. I've had some discussions with other commenters and people in my comments talking about, hey, how dare I call out the band, because I bring up these copyright discussions, and it's not the band. Quite often the bands are encouraging of it. People have said, oh, how dare you call out, insert a band name here. They love reactors. They've pointed to reactors in the crowd. They watch reactors themselves. That's the people in the band. They probably do, and they probably love it, and they want it. They appreciate and understand the connections that we have and that their fans have, and that these opportunities for us to react and get excited about it bring more fans to them. This is business. This is management. This is record labels. This is corporations. This is beyond them. And it is often out of their control. And it can make them look bad because, if I want to cover a band, but I am getting blocked worldwide, I am getting copyright strikes, I am having my channel threatened in all of this, and I am doing it for nothing. I am only doing it to encourage them, and they are taking all the money. And I dare say anything about it. It makes the band look bad, but I don't want that. It's not about them. It's about, corporations doing things, but it does reflect on the artists ultimately in the end. And that is really too bad, but it is a fact of life. It will happen.
When I tell you that these are just yogurt-brained slugs in charge of these companies,
that's a new phrase.
Fucking custard-brained melts that don't. The fact that you are blocking. Not only are you cutting off a revenue source of which we are creating, because you get all of the money because you put copyright claims on our videos, which absolutely I have no problem with. I totally get it. I understand it. You are then, so you block our videos and you don't get any of the revenue from then on. But then you literally the exposure, the people who, and I've seen this on Drew Fortune, for example, put out a video earlier on today, and one of the first comments I saw was, I'd never listened to Sleep Token until I saw your reaction video. I had 3 comments immediately on TikTok before when I put something up of, oh, well, I'd never listened to Sleep Token before. And
one of my big favorite bands today, a band that I find myself listening to frequently and have playlists and, really enjoy the music of, directly came about from having this channel. I started this channel because I wanted to discover new music. I was kind of stuck in a rut. I was listening to the same artists that I've been listening to for decades and the same albums. I was getting tired of it. There's all kinds of new music and even older music that, when your only exposure to music for me back in the day was buying the CD. And if you didn't buy the CD, you didn't get to hear it. So now with streaming services, I've got these opportunities to go back and discover some artists that I didn't buy the CD for, and I'm enjoying them. And there's new artists, and I want to enjoy them, but I don't know where to start. So I started this channel, and I've been getting all kinds of feedback, and it led to me discovering a lot of acts that I have come to really enjoy and give lots of time to. I stream their music. They get paid for that. I watch their videos. They get paid for that. I buy merch. I'm going to concerts, going to Ginger in a few months. I would not have known about them were it not for music reactors. Things like that. The Warning, another band I really, really enjoy, love the band, can't wait to see them live. And I will see them live. It's only a matter of when they come back to this area. It's going to happen. Electric Callboy. They were just in town the other day, had to miss the show due to personal reasons. We were planning a trip for personal family matters, but had to pass on it. Really look forward to I want to see them one day, only because of YouTube. They are benefiting from music reactors. Music reactors made me love Electric Callboy. They made me love The Warning. They made me love so many other artists, and I want to give it back directly to the bands through expanding their fan base. And things like this just do get in the way, and it does at times make them look bad, and it's too bad. It shouldn't be the case.
Your passion for them, we're not. We want a tiny slice. We want a working class slice of the pie. But instead, the greed, or maybe just the idiocy
Both.
of these major labels. And I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care. What you going to do? Send this to your fucking group chats. Go on. Redacted. Oh, there's so many names I could fucking use right now. Go on, screen grab that. Send it. Put it in your group chats. Because I know all of your really dark shit, and I've worked for you for so long. But Sony Music Entertainment, Sony is such a large corporation, a large group that, the copyright, the long dick of copyright is not attached to the inept brain that is attached to the executives at the top of the pyramid. I'll say that with my chest. I don't give a fuck. Please, if you are a band right now and you're thinking of signing with a major label, please let this be a note of warning that they can ruin your reputation in an instant.
And with that said, Sony Music was at one point in the past going to sign an artist that I've come to love immensely, who I discovered entirely from reacting, Ren. Who didn't discover Ren via High Ren? I did. Massive fans now. We have bought much of his merch, a lot of his merch, watched all of his videos. I do react to all of his new music as it comes out, and I directly discovered him because of reacting. Sony was going to sign him at one point, then he got sicker, and then they pulled away. They thankfully didn't screw him over in any way, so he has nothing bad to say about Sony on that, so I'm going to let that be what it is. But since then, he's moved forward as an independent artist. And he is vividly aware that he owes the bump in his success to the reaction community. His song High Ren went viral, and it went viral because of people like us enjoying the song, sharing the song, showing it to others, giving it to you. Look at this, going into the office and going, look at this, and showing it to our coworkers because we're so excited about what an interesting and innovative artist he is, and talking about it. And nowadays, in my day job office, we blast Ren through the store. We're sharing the love of his music with many other people, and they don't even know who it is, but they're getting to experience it as well. And he is fully independent, and he always releases any of our reactions. He's even set up links and pages to assist us in getting the clearances to allow us to make a couple of bucks here and a couple of bucks there, and it's greatly appreciated. That right there to me is a representation of an artist who understands. He understands what this community brings to him, and that it means that a rising tide lifts all ships. He knows that, he gets that. That's a phrase that I got from him, and it is an absolute fact.
Can cause you so much hardship by choices that they make way up there. And this is, I think, is what's happened today. That choices have been made on a higher level, and it's rather filtered down. Look, I don't care. I've never really. I don't make any money from YouTube. I don't get any revenue. It all goes to the label. They've cut that off as well. So you've cut off your revenue source, and also you're reducing the currency of the band. It's so dumb. They're so, honestly, please just understand, these people are fucking idiots. So anyway, I am disappointed, obviously, that some of the videos that a lot of you here who are now member subscribers on this page may have started, may have watched a couple of those, and that's why you're here. I'm disappointed that you can't go back and watch those videos. I'm really disappointed for people like Goobsy. And I feel a little bit, it makes my teeth itch a little bit that that people who just want to make just transformative art. We know that we're using copyrighted material. And like I said, I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to put this out for good or for bad. I don't care. I don't care anymore. This is so stupid. And I don't know if it's Rico management, but I tell you what, if it fucking is, so help me. You want to find a rock and hide under it, because I've got some shit on you. But, if it isn't and it's a new company, then fine. But this is bullshit. It's so fucking stupid. It is so counterproductive, and it's so nonsensical. And if you think that this is the way that you are going to promote, and the thing is, yes, oh, what are they going to do? Are they going to release, oh, what's it going to be? Is it going to be an instrumental album? Is it going to, oh, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to release something, or because all of a sudden 11 months after the fact, they fucking stupid idiots, you melts. You don't know what you're doing.
I love British slang for
and you
insults.
need to fucking start talking to us. And do you know what I'm going to do? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to say you've got 2 weeks. My email is very fucking easy to find.
It is.
You know
it's on
who I
screen.
am. You know what my website is. I expect an email.
Wow. Shots
I
fired.
expect an email. And if I don't get one, my lips might get real loose. And I don't think that's what any of you at Sony want.
Mm-hmm.
Have a lovely day.
Wow. Well, there it is. Shots have been fired, and Glen is making his opinion known. And I cannot disagree with any of his observations. It is certainly a struggle what we do. And as he said, to have an already demonetized song, a song that's already being paid out to the label, to the artist, be blocked 11 months after it's been up is just silly. No justification whatsoever. Anyways, I think we've talked enough about this. We've beat the dead horse on this. It was a topic that I wanted to explore more because it is something that certainly affects me. And I appreciate you all for coming along on the ride on this little journey down this little side quest of music reactions. Peace, love, and empathy to you all. Good night.